how many copycats do we have right now?
I have never counted.
Guess. किसी ने बताया होगा कभी? We know this. We searched for it.
You all can tell me better. How many are there?
Zomato में है सब लोग.
Maybe more than 100.
180 or like that.
180.
Good. This is your second time in Delhi ever.
Yeah. So before this, I'd just been to Delhi for like 1 day. And second time I've come to meet you.
Thank you so much.
No, it's my privilege. Thank you.
And why did you come here for the first time?
First time I just came to try out some local foods and just move around with my cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like to try local foods everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very much inspired by that.
And you are the epitome of local food in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if anybody lives there and doesn't know Bawarchi, then they don't live there almost. So, how did you end up creating that brand here? What is the history? I would love to know.
See, actually, this brand Bawarchi was started by my dad in 1994. But when my dad started Bawarchi, he did not have much idea about restaurant business.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, my uncle, he was like a master in this line.
Okay.
So together, both of them created this brand of Bawarchi. My uncle used to take care of all the operations, and it was a big helping hand. Both together created this brand.
And why biryani? Why did we get there? Did we start there? Tell me more.
See, biryani is a food which is very famous in Hyderabad.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came to Hyderabad, originally we are Iranians.
Mm-hmm.
Our grandfather and all came to India pre-independence.
Mm-hmm.
And then my parents were born in Bombay. So after that, we shifted to Hyderabad. So we saw there's a lot of scope of biryani in Hyderabad because the people in South love eating rice. And biryani is such a food you can have it daily.
Mm-hmm.
And South people love to eat a lot of rice. So we tried to create the taste that say with good pricing and very good quality. So people loved that thing. We always focused on three things. That's price, quality and quantity.
Nice. And that leads to you being the highest order volume restaurant that we have across the extent of India. Do you know that your highest order volume in Zomato?
Thank you.
Did you know that? You knew that.
Yeah.
So that's about 1,200 orders per day is what you're doing right now.
Yeah, thank you.
And I went to Hyderabad maybe 18 years ago the last time. And I think the only restaurant I know in the city is yours. I don't know any.
You should come soon now.
I will.
Yeah.
I think it's time to go taste your biryani fresh.
Yeah, because a long time we are also associated with Zomato. And the journey of Zomato we had is very interesting. Like one fine day, I was just standing down outside my restaurant. A boy comes, he approaches and he says, we want to start home delivery for your restaurant. One of the office guys comes and says, we want to start home delivery for your restaurant. So I was like, okay, but I'm not going to pay anything. So he was like, no, you don't have to pay anything. We will deliver your food.
Mm-hmm.
So that I was very confused, like somebody coming and delivering my food just for free. And that time he said, you don't have to pay anything. We will deliver your food. So initially when we started, so I was like thinking, okay, you'll have to pay in cash and take the food. So he was like, we don't have that system in our company. So I was like, nahin, yahan kuch dikh raha hai garbadi. So then I spoke to my uncle, I asked him. He said, start karne de, dekhenge kya hota hai. Max to max apna ek hafte ka paisa jayega, be prepared for it.
Correct.
So I was like, हाँ, एक हफ्ते का पैसा risk लेना ही पड़ेगा. So we were like, okay, fine, let's go. But then एक हफ्ते में पैसा आ जाना चाहिए. I was very clear. So he said, आ जाएगा. So then they started, and after 1 week we got our payment. So I was like, that's very good. So uncle was like, देखेंगे कब तक डालते हैं पैसा, आखिर में तो 2-3 महीने में तो ये लोग जाए ही कंपनी बंद करके चले आएंगे.
Which year was this?
This was at the beginning, you know, when Zomato started. I'm not sure about
16, 17 or
yeah, that time.
7, 8 years ago.
Yeah. But then after that, the response we received, you know, was tremendous. Like, people loved ordering from Zomato. And now, Uncle says, focus on Zomato.
So that's a big shift from
Yeah.
how you used to do business and how you do business
Yeah.
now, or at least you're planning to do business now. How do you become so popular? How do you get so much love from so many people for your food? What is the secret behind all of this?
Behind this, there's one saying which my grandfather used to say. He used to say, लोगों को ऐसा खिलाओ कि लोग खाए बाद से तुम्हारे लिए दुआ करें. So that has been in our mind since always.
That's been the guiding force.
Yeah.
Every time. Okay.
So give them good food, good pricing, so that they enjoy their meal. And then they always order from you.
So you're basically saying you put in adequate amount of love inside.
Yeah, so we are all the time at the restaurant. The same way how you don't leave this office, we don't leave our restaurant.
Brilliant.
So we are all the time at our restaurant and we continuously, like I eat biryani daily. And we have to keep on checking so that everything is perfect.
And how many people do you employ in that outlet?
We have around about,
So much volume
yeah, we do have around about 250 to 300 employees
in one single outlet.
in one single outlet.
Wow. How big is it? Square feet wise?
And see, the old one is like 4,500 square feet on the ground floor, then first floor and second floor. And then opposite we have another one which is 8,900 square feet.
Wow. And how many orders? You must be doing 3,000-4,000 orders a day in total.
Yeah.
Right. That is insane, man. That is so cool. Very nice. And how do you protect the quality at this scale? Yeah? Like that also must be a challenge, man.
Yeah, so that's the reason we are only at RTCX roads. Because, for example, you can be at this office.
Can't be at two places at the
Yeah.
same time.
And biryani is such a thing, we need to monitor it regularly. Because the most important thing is biryani is the way the rice is cooked. If your rice is cooked perfectly, your biryani is perfect. So that's very important.
And how many tons of rice do you buy every day?
See, our daily consumption is 1,200 kgs of rice.
Wow. Does it come in a truck?
Yeah, we do purchase containers directly.
Wow. And then you store them and then you...
Yeah, we store them because, again, rice while purchasing, the crop is very important. Because when we take a sample of a rice, we make sure we buy that whole lot. Because each crop turns out different.
Fair enough.
So once, when a crop is there, we purchase that whole lot so that this lot, we can maintain the same quality and the taste.
And from one crop to some other crop, does the quality change or you try to maintain that?
No, so what we do is when we have to change the crop, we do our samples before.
Oh, got it.
By the time the next crop comes, our chefs are ready with that. They know, like, if for example the first crop had to be cooked for like 35 minutes, the next one will be somewhere around 30 or 40. So they are ready with this timing.
Got it. So
On the sampling.
for every crop, you change the way you cook
Yes.
so that you get the same outcome, the
Yes.
same output of the product.
Because see, every crop is different. This is a natural thing.
For this, you have to be super hands-on.
Yeah.
I get that. And then this is the reason why companies with scale across multiple outlets are not able to manage the consistency of the product. Is that right? Or
Because biryani is a process which has to be, monitored regularly. And you have chefs, like these chefs are the traditional chefs, which have been making Hyderabadi biryani since a long time. So they have that taste. They know how to do it.
And you have such a good following yet. I think legends pay, like you also get orders from Delhi, from Mumbai, from so many places across the country. How do you...
So Legends has become a big solution for me. Because I have friends, family in other cities. So every time they used to tell me, send us biryani, send us biryani. So I was like, You know, it didn't used to feel good tell a friend to carry a biryani for another friend every now and then. So by legends, now my friends message me. Today I've ordered your biryani. Today I've ordered your biryani. So it's become reverse.
Yeah, nice. No, but you get so many orders there as well. How do you handle the same? But don't you feel tempted to open in multiple outlets? Like, how do you manage the tension between temptation and reality?
See, the reality is we need to maintain the thing which we are today. Temptations are there, but then we don't want to lose that charm. We don't want to, spoil our quality. So we try to keep things intact and keep that same taste. That's why we are at one location.
No, but I think your single location does more orders than restaurant chains who have 25 outlets as well sometimes, right? So, and I think Legends also help you serve so many other markets. Which
Yeah, but now when we have Legends, we have Zomato, people will order our food. We don't need to go anywhere, right?
that's actually the pull of a super high quality product.
Yeah, like when Zomato can send our food to Delhi, to Bombay, Kolkata, our problem is solved.
Then you don't need to open out.
Just focus on the biryani.
Very nice. What are some of the hardest challenges you faced or currently face nowadays in terms of your business? Like,
Now there's nothing much challenges because see, first there was an issue with delivery and everything, but when Zomato came, delivery and all was sorted. Then the issue was other cities, which I told you, friends wanted biryani here and there. Intercities come. Now let's see, country. Maybe Zomato will start delivering to different countries also.
do you get a lot of people?
Yeah, we do.
Biryani from multiple countries?
Dubai, America, Australia, London, a lot of people.
Almost everybody has lived in Hyderabad. Whenever they move out, they must want
Yeah.
biryani. That's a very keen market to address. Interesting. If I were to ask your staff, what do they think about you and the cup? What would they say?
Surely, I want you to visit one day.
I will definitely visit. We will do a part 2 of this.
Sure. At that time with biryani.
Yes, absolutely. What would the staff say? Why do they? What makes the staff stay with you for so long?
See, as long as you're good to your staff, your staff will never leave you. It is the way you are with them. See, a person who comes to work, obviously he must be having 100 other problems. But when he feels relaxed at work, he will never leave you at work.
So saying it's about respect and
It's about respect, how you treat him. You should understand his problems. Like when staff come in, they come and tell you some of their problems. You should be like a helping hand to them. That is very important.
so you almost operate like family with most of the
Yeah,
staff.
and we do have a lot of family members also in our restaurant.
Nice. So it's an extended family
Yeah,
kind of a setup.
exactly.
That's why you're able to maintain so much love going into the product. that you
Yeah.
have. How do you emotionally handle all the semi-copycats of your brand?
See, as long as people are aware that we are the original Bawarchi and people know once they eat at our restaurant, they know, okay, yeah, that is enough for us.
And it doesn't bother you?
No, see, what we believe is रोजी रोटी देने वाला अल्लाह है ऊपर. हाँ, हर किसी के नसीब में जो है वही है.
Interesting. And how many copycats do you have right now?
I have never counted.
Guess. किसी ने बताया होगा कभी कितने?
मुझे एक बार,
We know this. We searched for it. Right?
you all can tell me better. How many are there?
Zomato में है सब लोग. Yeah. Do you know?
Maybe more than 100.
180 or like that.
118.
Oh, good. Bawarchi in the keyword name, like in the restaurant name. But they all have something in the front or something.
Yeah, so they add something before our.
So you also spawned off a legacy of Bawarchi restaurants. Nice, nice. And what all can we do better according to you?
As of now, so every time I see Zomato comes up with something new and which impresses me. Like the latest Intercity was very good.
We were the first restaurant we got on board for that.
Yeah.
We had to go to our highest order volume.
So for the Intercity thing, like when I came across you are doing something, I did my back end work. So what I found out is biryani in other cities is approached in a different way. Like in Hyderabad, people prefer more of rice. But in other cities, they want the meat quantity at higher volumes and less rice.
Okay.
So I have specifically changed the packaging of Zomato Intercity for the other cities.
So it's a slightly tailored recipe for us.
Yeah, so what will happen is other cities you will get a difference like packaging, it will be more of meat, less of rice.
Okay.
But in Hyderabad people like more of rice. So I did a study on this and then I got the packaging changed.
Got it.
Because of which we are getting a very good response on Intercity.
And every city does have a different biryani style for the most part, right? And but you're saying that the only thing that you altered is
Yeah, the flavor, the taste is the same.
just the quantity.
Just the quantity.
To rice. Because Kolkata biryani is not that yellow; it's slightly whitish, and not so. You haven't
Nothing.
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 Same thing. but
Same
just
thing
the-
because we are known for that biryani. So, but the preference of how people eat changes city-wise. So I have just increased the meat quantity and reduced the rice quantity for
that
other
doesn't
cities.
change the taste of
The same taste, everything is same. Only you will find more meat in other cities. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if I have an expectation of less meat and I get more meat, then I wouldn't complain.
Obviously, people will love it.
The other way around, people might say.
Yeah.
right?
So, like, if you're expecting more meat and you have more rice, you will feel disappointed.
You feel disappointed. But people in Hyderabad expect more rice, and
Yeah.
so that's tailored to them. This also must be the first time you did any alteration to the product that you're
Yeah.
selling.
That was only specifically for Intercity.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
My
Thank you so much. But this makes so much sense. I think, I mean, you are a legacy business in a way. You have a lot of heritage in terms of how many customers you have served and the recipe and the way you cook. You having the emotional strength, I would say, to be able to alter things when you need to is very laudable. Yeah, I think most people fail to do that. I think they stick to their guns even at the cost of peace.
See, we need to make changes with time. Like first, there was no online ordering, but then we had to adapt. We had to adapt, like so that people can have that convenience. People are more comfortable while ordering it. Similarly, these changes have to be made so that people are happy. Today, they have hundred of options to order food from, but they choose Bawarchi because they're comfortable with it. They enjoy the food. Like most of our customers say, Bawarchi hamara hotel hai. They have that love for Bawarchi.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And if there were international ordering is one thing that you would like us to solve for.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like us to solve for?
As of now, this.
See, we guys are built on brands like yours and not, so we are here to serve you. So
International ordering is good.
international ordering is good.
Yeah, that is good.
That'll be tough nut to crack.
And maybe if you can extend your radius to the whole city, that would be great.
Right now we don't.
No, now it's 10 to 12 kilometers. So if you can do the whole city, another problem solved.
Another problem. So I didn't think of that. Interesting. Okay.
Because see, when Zomato can go to intercity, it should cover the whole city also,
Yeah.
right?
Intracity is harder than the intercity one here. Yeah. Even Chandni Chowk से यहाँ पे खाना Delhi में is harder than bringing a biryani from Hyderabad to Delhi.
Yeah.
Logistics, that's how it works. But I totally hear you. This is about to be fantastic. This will be fun. And you will get orders from across the city, of course.
Yeah.
Have you started paying us now? या अभी भी जीरो भी दे रहे हो?
नहीं भाई,
दे रहे हो ना?
हाँ।
थैंक यू सो मच यार,
वो तो
कंपनी नहीं चलेगी।
वो तो जीरो खाली 3 महीने तक था, बस।
उसके बाद हमने आपसे मांगा या आपने हमें दिया?
सामने से कौन देता है भाई?
सही बात है, सही बात है. No, no, but associating with you has been super good for us. I think it always has been a matter of pride for us too. Organizations, I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, Keith, so listen, you travel so much. I'm sure ना ईरान भी जाते हो आप,
हाँ,
दिल्ली भी एक बार आए हुए लोकल फूड टेस्ट करने के लिए, और बिरयानी टेस्ट करते हो पता चला जाए.
या
बेस्ट बिरयानी कौन सी खाई है ऐसा?
बिरयानी तो आप मेरे खुद के होटल की
आउटसाइड
दिखेगी।
ऑफ दैट नहीं, आप मतलब अपना नहीं नाम लेना, प्योर नाम.
ओके, अपना नाम नहीं लेते हुए, आई लाइक द पाकिस्तानी स्टाइल ऑफ बिरयानी.
ओके.
या इट इज गुड. और एक जो है, हैदराबादी बिरयानी जो है शादियों में अलग बनता है.
ओके.
सो द डिफरेंस इज वी मेक इट इन हंडीज, दे मेक इट इन देगचास. देगचास आर मच मोर ह्यूज इन साइज.
ओके.
सो उसमें जब बनाते हैं ना, वो भी एक अलग फ्लेवर आता है.
ओके.
दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी गुड.
गॉट इट.
Yeah. And the Hyderabadi Shadi biryani is also very good, which you get it in weddings. Like Hyderabadi, one thing about Hyderabad is, for example, you go to a restaurant with your family. आपको सब खाना good रहेगा. बिरयानी has to be excellent. लास्ट में भाई बिरयानी अच्छी थी,
सही बात.
ये आता है.
बाकी सब पीपल डोंट केयर,
बाकी सब अगर एक्सेलेंट रहेगा,
भूल जाएंगे अगर
भूल जाएंगे.
खराब होगी तो.
बिरयानी ठीक थी यार, ये आएगा. बट द टॉपिक विल बी ओनली बिरयानी.
करेक्ट.
So your focus has to be on biryani. You do need to concentrate on your other items as well. But this biryani cannot go wrong anywhere. It has to be perfect.
And outside of biryani, which is the highest selling product in Bawarchi?
Apart from biryani, our chicken 65 is also very famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does that also get orders from across the country or Bawarchi?
Yeah, so what we did in Intercity is I just put 2 items on it. Biryani 65. Because when people from other city order my food, they should order my best food. See, for example, मैं बटर चिकन डालूंगा. मैं बटर चिकन तो दिल्ली में भी मिलता है. बावर्ची से क्यों मंगाएगा?
Correct.
बावर्ची से उसको बिरयानी चाहिए, चिकन 65 चाहिए. ये 2 आइटम. So I don't want customers to get distracted by seeing other items on my menu.
Fair enough. And how many items do you have when you win?
We have 120 items on our menu.
And biryani would be bulk of the sale.
Yeah.
And do you recommend shorter menus to people or longer menus to people? How do you decide कितने item in the menu?
See, my thinking is you should focus on your main selling items. Because these items are the items which the customers have picked as your best items from your restaurant. अभी आप दूसरे items डाल रहे, it is like a choice you are giving them, but ज़्यादा उसका डिमांड आने वाला नहीं है, क्योंकि कस्टमर ने ऑलरेडी चूज कर लिया है भाई, ये सही है उसका, ये सही है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एवरी रेस्टोरेंट इज नोन फॉर वन थिंग. जैसे अभी हमारे को बिरयानी के लिए चूज कर लिया है कस्टमर ने, एंड कस्टमर इज द बेस्ट जज. सो आई फील इट इज बेटर यू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन शॉर्टर आइटम्स with your best selling items.
Makes sense. And shorter menus, easier choice.
Easier choice, easier for delivery.
Easier for delivery. Easier for you to manage the operation.
Yeah.
Easier for you to source. Easier for you to maintain quality.
True.
And cuisines, what's your point of view? Should people do single cuisine restaurants or multiple cuisine restaurants?
See, again, if you're not focusing or you're not focusing on one item, it's good if you do multiple. But if you're known for a single cuisine, you're known for a single item, you should focus on that item.
Well, let's say I'm not even known for anything. I'm starting off new.
So you have to start with multi-cuisine. After that, the customer will choose your best items. They will come, they will taste, they will let you know which are your items good. Automatically, customer will pick their preference and you will find out which is your highest selling item.
Makes sense. And I mean, how many years have you been running the business actively now?
I was 17 when I joined. I used to finish my college, go to the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're part of the family which
Yeah. And then when we were kids also, we used to love sitting on the counter, meet people, talk to people. So that time also I used to make visits sometime. But 17 I was when I started going completely to the restaurant.
Got it. And decisions बहुत लिए होंगे अपने business के लिए, restaurant के लिए, and people decisions, so many things. What, according to you, if you can remember, were the best or the worst decision that you?
One of the best decisions was Zomato.
Thank you so much.
And that just happened. Like I was walking outside the restaurant.
What was the name of the Zomato person?
His name was Rohan.
Rohan? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks to Rohan, we got you on board.
So that was one of the best decisions. And these decisions were instant. See, you asked
Intuitive, gut feel.
gut feel पे था, बस हो गया.
And if you didn't like the guy in front of you that time, you wouldn't have gone ahead.
Maybe. But the way he approached was very good.
Respect and kindness.
Yeah, he approached and he was like, since 1 month I'm coming, I cannot meet you. I met you today finally.
Yeah, we almost always camp at places where people don't listen to us. So.
And then after that also, it's like just one call away. Anything we need, the team is very helpful, very good. कभी-कभी तो रात के 2 बजे भी वो लोग available रहते हैं.
Our business is like 24/7 here, and weekends are the hardest for us.
Yeah.
Weekends are the highest order volume, so we're very very connected. छुट्टियाँ नहीं होती हमारी, आपके लिए काम थी.
हमारे
न्यू ईयर की रात को हम बैठे काम कर रहे हैं, जब सब लोग पार्टी कर रहे होते हैं, राइट? सो इवन हॉलीडे एंड एवरीथिंग. या
लेकिन न्यू ईयर्स को तो डिलीवरी एग्जीक्यूटिव्स भी कभी-कभी पार्टी को चले आते हैं, तो उधर हम लोग परेशान हो जाते हैं.
नहीं, वो भी चलता है ना कि छुट्टियों वाले दिन ऑर्डर का वॉल्यूम इज हायर.
Exactly.
And we don't have enough stuff, right? And I mean, अगर 1.5x order volume हो गया और 25% staff कम हो गया, तो अब 2x margin of error पे operate कर रहे हैं, which is very hard to pull off during its such days. So interesting days होते हैं वो वाले manage करने के लिए. And let's say for a New Year Eve kind of a day, you predict the amount of biryani you would make, थोड़ा prediction mechanism चलता होगा.
Yeah, prediction पे रहता है. And we see the movement. Because we know कि भाई हमारे को next इतने हंडी इतने टाइम में मिलने वाले हैं. So we are prepared for it.
And how many times you cook? Like cooking cycle must be so.
Cooking तो continuous पूरा day चलता है. पूरा day चलता है continuously.
So you can adjust accordingly within that.
Yeah, the speed.
Speed up, down.
Speed उसका up down करते हैं.
So if you're having a good day, then you
Yeah, for example अभी 5 हंडी चढ़ा दिए. Next lot देखते हैं डिमांड में 10 हंडी चढ़ा देते हैं. फिर we see थोड़ा slow है 7 पे ला लेते हैं.
So real time calls there.
हाँ, real time calls. One person in the kitchen is responsible for all these calls. And the main part is how we shut our restaurant in the night. So every day, whatever we have is sold out.
Okay.
So for example, we have a time 11:30.
I was going to get to it. Wastage का क्या करते हो?
Exactly. 11:30 is our closing time. So after 11:30, whatever we have items left. For example, we have finished mutton biryani. हम Zomato पे जाते हैं, mutton को close कर देते हैं.
अच्छा, got it.
क्लोज करते हैं, खाली चिकन बिरयानी सेल करते हैं. चिकन बिरयानी क्लोज हो गया, चिकन बिरयानी भी क्लोज, रेस्टोरेंट शट.
Alright.
Every item that way. So what will happen after 11:30? People have to just order whatever is available. We shut items that way.
Got it. So very little wastage here.
In fact, we have zero wastage. और जो लोग खाते हैं डाइनिंग पे, वो लोग का जो खाना रहता है, जो थोड़ा बच गया कर दिया, all is kept separately. बाद में हमारे पास एक आदमी आता है, he takes that food and he takes it and he feeds it to the pigs. वो लोग का तो खाना ही हो गया ये. So they eat it. Fishes को जाता है वो खाना.
Wastage of food is a big problem.
Yeah, because we don't like wastage, So हमारे पास से कुछ wastage होता ही नहीं.
It's super good to hear that.
So one thing I want to ask you, आपको Zomato का idea कैसा आया?
Long story, yeah. Multiple things happened. And Zomato has had multiple phases of its life as well. So right out of college in 2005, I started a online food ordering company. It didn't work. It was way too early, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and then 4 years after, I said, कि ये, I shut that company down. 4 years after, I started a scan vending website saying कि online ordering छोड़ो, simple रहेगा. That worked really well. International गए हम सब कुछ करते हुए. And then 2015 में we started the online food ordering again. Fun fact, मैंने 2005 में जब स्टार्टअप करी अपनी मेरी ऑनलाइन फूड ऑर्डर की, वो ना अप्रैल 15 ना 2005 को लॉन्च हुई थी. हमने जब 10 साल बाद फूड डिलीवरी लॉन्च किया हुआ और अप्रैल 15 2015 को स्टार्ट हुआ.
Oh.
Coincidence, absolute coincidence. There was nothing planned. So it was fun. And then yeah, like step by step चलता. The idea in 2005 was pretty simple there. I didn't want to do a job. Like I thought that if I don't do a job and I do something on my own, I would have to work less. चिल मारूंगा थोड़ा सा.
अभी तो उल्टा हो गया.
बिल्कुल 100% opposite. छुट्टी नहीं मिलती, एक दिन वीकेंड भी नहीं मिलता. So I sort of, I think, got spooked into doing this.
वो बोलते हैं ना हर चीज दूर से अच्छा दिखता है.
Exactly. No, I wouldn't complain. I think I have had the time of my life building this. But yeah, but the reason why I started this was because I wanted to work less. Ended up working 28 more. But that was it. And I started off building websites for restaurants. IT services, website services, like I was like, अच्छा मैं 10,000 रुपये लेकिन लूँगा किसी से और उनकी वेबसाइट मैं बना दूँगा. So I used to go door to door sales at restaurants and आपकी वेबसाइट बना दूँगा मैं. So वो HTML में dreamy
हमारी भी बना दो.
बना दिया ना. So I used to code up these restaurants and restaurant websites, and one day I got bored of doing a lot of websites. And then suddenly दिमाग में आ गया सबके लिए एक ही वेबसाइट बनाते हैं. It sounded stupid at that time, and we had no idea that in aggregated concept कुछ होता है. मतलब we're living in our own little shell. तो we said अच्छा बना देते हैं. फिर उसके बाद we made it more complex. We said अच्छा online food ordering भी डाल देते हैं. If we had stayed at just building static websites, all restaurants on one platform, and like a menu pages thing which we did again in 2000, and I think even that startup would have worked. But I think yeah, but things where timing is super duper important. I've never been good at it. Timing.
No, you have been good at it.
I don't think so. I think I suck at timing.
Initially it was not good, but now everything is coming at the right time.
In like hindsight, we make bad timing work. That's what I feel. But our timing is not.
But then again, that is also a very important thing.
Survival.
Yes.
Survivorship bias, right? So, but I think in hindsight, we really suck at timing. So, but that's the story.
Very interesting.
So, biryani को छोड़ के आपके क्या क्या शौक है?
Biryani, so I had cars. I like bikes.
Okay.
I had a sports bike. One thing my dad was very much against. Since childhood, he told me, "बेटा देखो जो चाहिए मैं दिलाऊं."
गाड़ियाँ.
Bike मत.
Bike. I'm in the same camp.
Yeah.
So bikes are terrible.
So
I used to have a bike. I used to ride a bike for 10 years, but
young age, teenage, bike ही चाहिए था. So my dad took me to car showroom. He said, "I'll buy the sports car for you." I said, "No, really, I want sports bike." And that time I'm thinking, I should have taken the sports car. I'm thinking now I should have taken the sports car. So apparently, बाप का प्यार तो बाप का प्यार होता है. ले बेटा. So I bought the sports bike. So I don't know, he had this some sixth sense feeling or what. I used to tell him, "Daddy, I'm going out. Don't go on the bike." I said, "Daddy, I'm going on the bike. Listen to me, don't go on the bike." बिना सुने गया, accident. Then बाद में ठीक हो गया. Second time, same thing happened. Second time भी accident. Third time, Daddy told me, "Don't go on the bike." I said, "Daddy, लो चल." I gave the bike the keys. I said, "नहीं बस हो गया. तीसरी बार नहीं गिरना है."
which is the car you love the most?
The car, Now,
Tough question है.
नहीं, अभी जो है, I like Defender,
You like Defender?
Land Rover Defender.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why so?
You know, it has that muscle, rough and tough look. Yeah, it's very good car.
Right. I have never driven. Never.
You should come to Hyderabad. You'll have a drive in it.
Absolutely good. Good idea. बिरयानी करेंगे इसके पीछे.
हाँ पक्का. फार्म हाउस जाएंगे, चिल करेंगे.
Good idea. Good idea.